Alright, so this is going to be a no bullshit guide on how to actually do this. So many people online, I honestly haven't even seen a video like this before, but so many people online give you stupid steps. They just give you general advice that isn't specific. I'm going to be telling you exactly what it is that you need to be doing. If you watch this, you're going to have steps that are practical, that work, and that I'm implementing literally right now, which is what made me think about it. Because one, I'm the only person that I know who sets up social events like this, and two, everybody else just sucks at setting up social events that do set up social events. So I'm going to make it super simple, super easy. You're going to have to spend basically zero money. You're not going to really have to know anybody super special. You're not going to have to be like extra interesting or anything. We'll just get straight into it. Step number one, be a good socializer. Freshman year of high school, I went through a period where I was talking to 10 to 20 new people individually every single day. And I did that for months at a time. This allowed me, and it was just simple stuff like going up to someone, fist bumping them, handshaking them, like whatever, guys that I never knew, girls that I never knew, never met, whatever. This gave me the ability to talk to people. This then led to me being able to hold small conversations, then longer conversations, and even longer conversations, and deeper conversations, and more frequent conversations. This all allows you to be better at making jokes, allows you to be better at communicating. You have something called like your internal GPT. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you look at like the AI softwares like ChatGPT, Grok, what's another one? Gemini. You have like DeepSeek, I think, is one of the text ones. It might be an image one. But you have these different AIs. And essentially, when you tell it something, when you give it a prompt, when you say something to the AI, it goes through that period of like trying to generate something to say, and you can see it kind of think of something, then erase, think of something, then erase, then it spits out like this big block of text. People are like this as well. We'll think in our heads when we make jokes, when we're like consciously conversating back and forth with someone, we're not thinking about what we're about to say. We just say it. Right now I'm thinking about zero what I'm about to say, and every once in a while I might come up with a key point. Like I just thought of like the AI analogy, but I'm not thinking like word for word on what I'm gonna say. Simply how you get better at talking to people, how you become more funny, how you become more interesting. One, you have to do things and you have to have like an element of talent towards it, I guess. But simply it's just volume over time. I have talked to thousands of people this year. I've talked to probably over 10,000 in the past like 40 years since I started high school. I'm a junior, so I'm making this for like the younger guys as a guide. You need to be a good socializer. And the thing is, you just you just need to talk to people. Simply volume. I have another video on this channel called like I talked to 300 people in 2 months or 3 months or whatever, or in 1 month or something like that. I don't really remember what it was titled, but it's titled something along those lines. I have one on my main channel as well, I believe. I'm not entirely sure, but if you want to look at that video, you can. I might even link it if I remember. Just make a comment saying like, hey, make sure you link the video, and I'll add it to the description. Next, do your close friends first. You're not going to start with these big social events. So my promise for you for this video was essentially doing big social events with 10 plus people, all people that you're friends with, all hanging out, all doing whatever. You're not going to start with this as your first ones. You're going to start with events of maybe one-on-one with a friend, 2 or 3 people, 4 or 5 people, kind of stay there for a couple of events. Me and some of my guy friends, we would do these group sparring sessions, and we would all get together, we would all bring gloves, we would all have like our mouthpieces and our good wits about, and we would just fight each other for like a few hours. That's cool as a small circle. It would also be fine as like a bigger circle, but if you want to do something like that to where it's more of a niche topic, like we're just sparring each other, like we're just fighting, you need more of your close friends. You need people who are close with you that have similar interests, that is easier to talk to, and you don't have to like convince them to get hit in the face, for example. So for me, I would have to like convince somebody I just met to let me punch them in the face. With my friends, I've done it before. I've wrestled with them. I was a varsity wrestler. I boxed a little bit. I am completely capable of punching my friends in the face and them being fine with it because they've all been hit before. They've all hit me before. I have a video on this channel and on my main channel where one of my big friends picks me up overhead and throws me to the side, like in the middle of a spar. We were boxing, by the way. We just linked up. And he decided just like, oh, whoa, can't move. And just threw me. So with your close friends, you want to be getting like practice with this, and you can mess up with your close friends. If it sucks a little bit, you can literally say to them like, this hangout sucked, what can we do to make this better? How can we make this more interesting? What did we do wrong? What was the issue? And through this you just get better and better. It's kind of like when you're split testing an ad for a business. So in when making money online, for example, or just money for any business, you can spend money on ads. So in this case, it'd be like your time and resources on advertisements. And those ads can either do well, they can do poorly, they can be somewhere in the middle. It doesn't really matter. What the point is, you send out multiple different kinds of ads to see which one works for the topic that you're doing. So you have multiple people, you have multiple hangouts, multiple different groups and types of people across a few different locations, and you see what works, what doesn't, what you can do better, and at the end of it, you get more and more narrow. So you shave off the ads in this context that aren't as good, the hangouts that kind of suck, the ones that were boring, the people who weren't very interesting, the ones you kind of just like sat in the corner, didn't really talk to anyone, just complained the whole time. You don't want to invite those people. You want to invite the fun, interesting people that you have good chemistry with, and all these things. And over time, you get more and more narrow. You find out the people that work with each other. You find out the people who don't. And at the end of like your split test, as we can call it, when you send out all the ads, when you find like the perfect combination of words or pictures or whatever in like the ads context, when you find the perfect group of people doing the perfect activity, then you can expand on it. I have a hair on my laptop, my phone. It was bothering me. So how do we tie this into bigger groups? I want to break a belief for you very quickly. You don't need to know these people super well. I'm inviting some people to this next hangout. We're going to do like a big sparring session. We're going to record a bunch of it. And we're going to like all hang out and we're going to do sprints. But also I'm bringing like girls and stuff, which I'll teach you how to do. So they're not going to want to do all that. And we need to as guys, we're going to have to figure out like a way to entertain them as well. And because obviously girls don't want to get punched in the face like we do. They don't want to wrestle and do sprints. And some might, but like I don't want to hit a girl personally. Like that's just me. Anyways, you don't need to know these people super well. There are a few people that I invite to these like hangouts. I'm itching my balls, by the way, which is why my arm's down here. There's a few people that I invite to these hangouts that I've only talked to a handful times. There's one girl, I'm not going to say her name. I'm going to call her Vanderwater because that's similar to her last name. Vanderwater. I'm going to call her Vander. Her, I only talk to for like maybe 20, 30 minutes in the morning, sometimes text her, like it doesn't really matter. Like I go in, I'm in the cafeteria section while waiting on my friends, like I'll bullshit with her for a couple of minutes, whatever. I'll talk to her and I invited her. I was like, hey, we're going to do this like big hangout, you should come. And she was like, sure, whatever. I don't really know her super well. I haven't hung out with her outside of school, and I'm saying like, hey, me and like 10 of my guy friends and like 3 girls, we promise we won't rape you. Just come hang out with us. So you don't need to know these people super well for them to be down. Again, this part is socializing. If you are fun and interesting, if you're exciting to be around, if you're somebody who like makes people laugh and they want to hang out with you and all these things, then people want to come. You're selling yourself when you invite people. You're not selling like the other people of the group. You're saying like, hey, I'm going to be there. I know you don't know all these people, but like you'll just hang out with me most of the time because you know how these things are. Like people split into groups and people chunk off and whatever, and everybody kind of does their own thing, but like we're all together, like is the point of it. So bigger groups. Start by DMing people. You can talk to them in person. It just, in this day and age, it's not as practical. Right now, we are on Christmas and New Year's break, so I've had to DM everyone. I'm not, like, going to people's houses, knocking on their door, like, hey, you want to hang out with me? And they're, like, their dad shoving a shotgun down my throat or whatever. Just DM them. Just be like, hey, how's it going? For me, I was like, hey, Merry Christmas. I talked to them a little bit. Oh, what do you get for Christmas? Oh, that's fun. You doing anything fun with your family? Oh, no. Normally, they'll be like, hey, what are you doing? And I'll be like, we did this. I'm hanging out with my family these days, and also I'm doing this big group hangout on Thursday. And then after they're like, oh, that's cool, you can be like, as a matter of fact, like, you should come. Just say it to like your friends. And that's a little bit more specific to girls. You talk to girls a little bit more different than you do with guys. With guys, it's more so just you make a big group chat out the gate, and you're like, hey, we're all going to this park. We're hanging out. We're all gonna punch each other. Like, it'll be fun. With guys, you can be like, hey, y'all interested in doing this? Let's figure something out. I want all of us to hang out. You can do that with dudes. With girls, it's a little bit more persnickety, especially if you don't know them and you're like not in a relationship with them. It's a lot more like standoffish if you just like have a group. If you're a dude and you have a group chat with a bunch of girls, and sorry if I'm talking to mostly dudes throughout this. I obviously, if you're a girl, then I don't know how to like give you this advice because it's different. I'm just kind of speaking and kind of just I'm just trying to make it as simple as possible, and the way I can do that is explaining it from the male perspective. But if I'm a dude and I send a text to a group of girls like, hey, we should all hang out, I either seem gay or I seem like I'm definitely trying to fuck all of them. And I'm not trying to roll like that. So you need to do it a little bit more specific and a little bit more like one on one and kind of let them know what's going on. And I'll explain all that to you and how to do that. Start with DMs. Just say, like I said, hey, we're going to do this thing. You should come. Do this to like just a few people you want to go. Maybe a few extra people. Again, if there's like one or two girls that you want to invite, but there's 5 or 6 guys, just to balance it out a little bit. Invite some girls that you maybe don't know as well. If there's 3 or 4 or 5 girls that you know and you're trying not to come off as a weirdo, invite a couple of your guy friends, even if you don't know them super well. Just be like, hey, we're doing this thing. We're going to a bowling alley or we're going to the park or whatever. All these girls are here. I don't want to be like the only dude. You should come with. It'll be fun because like they're cute and whatever. Something like that. Next, what else? Create a group chat where you're the leader. This is super important. I've noticed that when you do these group hangouts, everybody's trying to like communicate with one another, but there's no like central head of it. So what happens is, and you might even have noticed this as well if you've tried this before, is you make a group chat, you say, hey guys, we should do something this day. And then everybody kind of gives a different idea. Everybody's saying different times. There's no one person who we're like, okay, when he or she, if you're like a girl watching this, when that person, as in you, says, okay, we're going to this place or we're doing this thing, that's what we're actually doing. That's like what the group has decided on. How you do this is you DM everyone individually, like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people, whatever. 10 plus, it doesn't matter. I think I have 11 people going to this next one, ideally. Probably most of them aren't going to show up. Maybe like 5 or 6 of them might come. But anyways, what you do is DM everybody individually. Then you make a group chat and say, hey, nobody spam this group chat. This is just so I can keep everybody updated. Do this on Instagram as well because there's a very important feature on Instagram that you can do. There's a couple people who can't use Instagram. You just message them individually, but you do this on Instagram. Add everybody and be like, hey, don't spam this group chat. This is just so I can keep everybody updated. And if there's any questions, you can send it to one place. But just so you know, this is the plan so far, whatever. And you say what the plan is. So for me, it'd be like, we're going to this park on this day and around this time. And then what you do is you send a poll. So there's an option on Instagram when you push like the plus button, you can set a poll and you say, does this work for you? Yes or no? And you can put yes and you can put no and they'll vote on yes or no. And because you already talked to all of them, you know that these days work. If somebody says no, then you ask them, hey, how can I make this work for you? Whatever. Are you able to come? What's the reason you're not able to come? Like, we'll see if we can make this work. But at the end of the day, majority wins. If there's like one specific or 2 specific people you really want to hang out with and they're like the main people you'd hang out with, obviously prioritize them. But if it's a case of like all your boys, all your girls, like all the people that you mostly care about are going, and like a couple of people you don't really care that much if they're going or not, and like, oh, I can't do it that day, just be like, sorry, this is what the group decided. Like, I apologize. Maybe we'll hang out another time. Next time, we'll see if you're able to come. Really sorry about that. If you are able to show up, we'd love to have you, but just we're not going to like keep rescheduling just for like 1 or 2 people. The group has already decided on this. There's no sense in changing it. If you want to figure it out, if you want to come up with something, then you can, but I'm not going to do like a ton of work to get you in if like the group has already decided on this day. I maybe wouldn't give that option because that kind of takes away as like you as the leader and we're not being the leader to be like, toxically masculine. We're being the leader in this scenario just so it's easier to keep everybody coordinated. There has to be a head of who's doing the setup, and in this case it's going to be you. I think that's everything on that. 4th thing, inviting girls. Just be a cool dude. A lot of people overcomplicate this. A lot of people like to look at game theory. I mean, like, I don't want to like get into bragging, but ask any girl I know. I'm a pretty suave, like charismatic dude. Girls want to hang out with me. Guys want to hang out with me. I'm cool. I'm collected. I'm whatever. I'm freaking pretend these are sunglasses. Pretend this is like a $50,000 watch and it's not a smart watch that I'm using to track my shitty sleep. And pretend like this is actual like elk felt instead of just like, it's not cheap, but this is like a Christmas jacket that I had gotten. Just be cool. Just start conversations. Again, this is the play that I did, and I call it a play just to give it a name, but this is what I did essentially. Like the formula, I guess you can call it. Is I just texted people. I was like, hey, Merry Christmas. How was it? We go back and forth a little bit. We're talking about Christmas, nothing too crazy. And then it's like, yo, me and a bunch of friends are doing this thing on Thursday, for example, just for my instance. We're doing this on Thursday. You should come. It'll be fun. They'll tell you yes, they'll tell you no, they'll tell you whether or not it works. It doesn't matter, don't push them. If they say no, be like, you can pester them a little bit. You can be like, no, it'll be fun, like, it'll be a good time. Don't, like, oversell it, but be like, no, it'll be a good time. Like, you should come. I think you enjoy it. All these people are here, like, you're friends with. I'm going to be there. Like, it's going to be a great time. If they still say no, then just leave it. If they're like, oh, maybe, like, I don't know if I'm free that day, be like, what day are you free? If they say a day or they say, no, it should be fine, like, I'll see, maybe I have to get off of work at that time, or maybe I just don't go in that day, or maybe I switch up my shifts a little bit, like, whatever. And then it's fine. I would say, just from a guy's perspective, you're going to enjoy hanging out with dudes a lot more if there's a certain girl or something that is going to the event that you like, but you're risking, or not even risking, you're reducing the amount of dudes that you also really like hanging out with by allowing her to go. So like the example I gave before, for example, if the majority of people were able to go, but that one person isn't, just tell her, like, look, I don't know what you want me to do, like, all my friends are going, like, I appreciate you, I respect you, but, like, sorry, you can't come if you can't come, you feel me? That's how I would go about it. One thing I would recommend is just to keep it simple, because this isn't necessarily like a dating rule or like stupid, like weird, like game rule or anything. Again, I'm trying to optimize like most things in my life. Obviously, if I'm talking to a girl, I'm gonna try and like being as attractive as possible and be like as funny and as cute as possible or whatever. And I'm just acting like me, and that's just how I am. But obviously, as a guy, you want like some element of, I guess, validation from that. And obviously, you don't live for that, but it is something that's very nice just to have. What I've noticed is a lot of guys like really flunk up past that point. Just me from like, can I turn? Oh my god, I could have turned up the brightness this whole time. Are you serious? I don't know if that looks any different. Oh shoot, it does. That looks super different. That looks so much better. Okay, anyways. I don't know if just from personal experience, when there's a girl that you're super interested in, when there's somebody that you're super interested, guy, girl, whatever, and you talk to them up until they either end the conversation or it gets ended by itself, those conversations normally aren't remembered super well. I think that because this is normally what happens. Talk to a girl, having a ton of fun, making jokes, texting back and forth, whatever. And then you'll say something stupid or cringy, or she'll say something stupid or cringy. Neither of you know what to say. It's kind of awkward. It kind of fizzles out, and then it's deemed as like a negative experience just because that's your bias, because that's what happened at the end of the conversation. What I've noticed is, and on a positive note, I was talking to a girl tonight, and I was inviting her to the thing. It was like whatever. And again, it's not like fucking game or whatever. It's just like, it is what it is. You could tell like she thought I was a little cute. I won't name names. I talked to a couple girls tonight that this video is going to go up. I'm going to schedule this for a few days later, actually, just so I don't get in trouble with people, because some of my friends do watch my channel. Even the unfiltered one. You know what? Bree specifically, I'm not going to say your full name, but Bree specifically, you're the best person ever. I love you very much. You're awesome. She supports me. She loves me. That is the best girl ever. Bree, if you're watching this, you're fucking sick and an awesome friend. Fist bump to you. And if you watch this bit, send it to me. And if you don't watch this bit, in a week's time, I'm going to be very upset at you, and you're never going to find out why. And I'm going to yell at you, and I'm going to be upset, and I'm going to never speak to you again. Anyways, I was talking to a girl tonight, and I had like invited her to the thing, and her energy changed instantly. She was like super happy and a little bit flirty, and we kind of like flirted back and forth a little bit. And I was like, man, I really do kind of want to talk to this girl, but it's late. I know when I'm tired, I say stupid shit. It's already ended on a good note. I'm just going to end the conversation. So I ended the conversation. Younger me, what I would have done was continue the conversation, stay up till like 2 or 3 a.m., maybe would have had a great time. But what happens is when you set like, this is going to get a little bit deeper. When you set these like negative health, like you do these negative actions towards your health by staying up till 3 a.m. with a girl, by dedicating like all of your free time that you would be spending on yourself or whatever to her or whatever, not in like a toxic way, but in like an I genuinely just need my space kind of way. Like I have things that I need to get done. When you do this, I've noticed that those relationships never end well. Those friendships never end well. Those biases towards those people are always misplaced. And the thing is, guys and girls friendships and relationships are different. I'm friends with girls, and I'm not here to do like the whole like alpha male or red pill thing, saying that like it's impossible to happen. I do treat my woman friends differently, though. I was gonna say female, but I'm doing like the whole like not alpha male thing, so I'm not gonna say female. I do, and they're not women because we're high schoolers, right? So I was gonna say girls, but girlfriends also sounds bad, for fuck's sake. All of my like woman friends, my lady friends, I should say, I do treat a lot different than I would my guy friend, right? Because obviously, you're a lot sweeter than them. You're a lot bubblier with them. Maybe you flirt a little bit more. Maybe like you push them around in a different way. Like a guy I wouldn't like play fight with. That's a very fucking gay. Who's play fighting with other dudes as a dude? That's fucking gay. Like obviously there's differences. And you can be friends with girls, whatever. I just think that if you want to like maintain that friendship without catching like feelings for that person specifically, or like it getting to the point where it's inappropriate, like flirting back and forth constantly when you're not in a relationship, and maybe getting into a relationship but not with that person, so you have to like just suddenly cut ties. Have you ever done that? Like genuinely, this is just like I record these literally just for myself so I can look back on them and be like, whoa, like I gave myself good advice or bad advice. I'm literally talking to my younger self when I record these. I'm gonna see if you relate to this. Are you friends with a girl, and then when you get a girlfriend, your friendship completely dissipates because of the fact that it was built weirdly? It was built like it was a pseudo relationship, but it wasn't. Like there's constant flirting and like play fighting and touching and all of this bullshit. And you know what I'm talking about? I think you do. And so many guys, I think, ruin relationships, friendships, whatever, for tons of reasons. And I think it's going to ruin your relationship with your girlfriend because you're losing friends and you're spiteful because of it. And it's going to lose and make your relationship worse with that friend, like the woman friend that we're talking about, the female friend, whatever. I don't like using that language now. It feels a little bit weird, but it's the only way I can like describe it. Your lady friend, it's going to ruin your relationship with her. It might also seep into relationships like your guy friends or whatever because you're being spiteful and you're already losing friends and all these different things, and just dominoes down. So my best advice to you is to end it abruptly, unless it's like already a girl you're relationship with. You've been friends with her for years. You've never like caught feelings before over her. I'm at the stage to where I can do that. My younger self could not at all. So I'm just gonna say this very, very subjectively. It depends on who you are. If you're the type of guy who can, like me, who can go out, who can flirt with girls, who can be overly friendly with girls, who can get numbers, who can get like a girlfriend literally any week of the day or any week of the month if you wanted to, and like you're not like having that incessant like craving just for like girls to be around you and to like you or whatever because you already have that and you have enough of it and you're content with what you have, then sure, be friends with girls and like carry on the conversation, whatever. Like you can be friendly, you can be interesting, because it literally can just be for fun. There's been this stigma online a lot about how like girls are just like dumb bitches, and it is a little bit funny because it's true. How girls are just like dumb bitches or whatever, and I used to be like extremely red pilled in that way. Maybe not to like a very high extent, but over time I'm realizing like no, girls are just fun. I still agree that we're very different, just in general. Even like I know some people. I live in the United States, right? So maybe you won't understand this, but some people are like coming out as trans or whatever, and you can tell they are fucking women, bro. They act, they look, they smell, they taste. They taste like fucking women. They are chicks. Anyways, point being, I fucking messed up the back. Okay, if you are trying to just maintain a friendship, and you know that you're the type of person like, if we get too close, I'm gonna want to smash. If we get too close, I'm going to want to date you. Maybe not smash, but like I'm going to want to be with you. Then just end it quickly. If you're the type of person who can handle that and you're fine or whatever, or you're just like not busy, then yeah, go ahead, carry on the conversation. Like it's not a big deal. I personally tend to be in the former category where if I feel the chemistry getting there, I'm gonna want to date you, and I'm gonna try really, really hard because I've sucked at being single for a long time. I'm gonna try really, really, really hard to maintain like being single, not having sex, not kissing anyone really, not holding hands, not like overly physical with girls for hopefully like 8 to 12 months. I just got out of like a super long-term relationship, which honestly messed up my soul a little bit if I'm being entirely honest. It's like funny to think about and like look back on now, but genuinely it did screw with me a little bit, and I'm not going to try and like put that on anyone, and I need time to like heal, which sounds fucking gay, but I guess that's how we work as humans. Anyways, that was 4, inviting girls. 5, what do you actually do during this hangout? I talked about before how you can do it for free. Literally just go to a park if you don't have money, go to a bowling alley, go to an arcade, something cheap, something whatever. Don't pay for everyone unless like you have a lot of money. Like I could pay for people to go somewhere if I wanted to. I don't want to. Y'all aren't important enough to me. Like, I'd rather keep some money, bro. Do cheap stuff, especially if you don't have a job. Parks, free museums, free shows, churches is another one. You can go like to church with a big group of people and then like go get food after. Again, all pay for yourself. But the point is, just have fun. This whole mentality of do what it is that you like to do has really helped me. I have I've how do I explain this? I've lost a couple friendships over this mentality of like just do what you like. The thing is, when I look back on those friendships, I realized I didn't really like the people. And the whole do what you like mindset is if you want to go somewhere, go. If you want to say something or say someone or make an inappropriate joke, say it. There was people are going to think I'm horrible for this, but it was funny, and because I'm me and I have the sense of humor that I do, I'm allowed to say this. Don't go around saying this to random people you don't know, because I'm very close friends with this person. She laughed, cried a little bit, but she laughed. There was a instance in one of my periods, my psychology class, where I had first brought up the idea of like doing a big group hangout over break. So we're on break right now. Next week we're gonna do like our big hangout, which is what I've been teaching you how to set up this entire time. I was talking to a girl about it, and she was like, "Why don't you ever invite me places?" And just to give a little context, because in important, she is disabled. She's in a wheelchair. She has a bunch of like issues, like physically, a little mentally as well, I think. And I was making a joke, and there was like a couple of girls around me and like one gay guy. And we were all talking, and the other girl was like, "Yeah, why don't you invite me either?" Like, just like complaining, whatever. Like, shut up, bitch. and, and they were like, "Why don't you add us to the group chat with the hangouts?" And I'm like, I just don't want to do what you like mentality. I literally said to them, I just don't want to. And they said, "What is it?" And the disabled girl had said, "What is it? Is it because I'm a woman?" And I went, "No, it's because you're disabled." I've never seen a human drop her jaw so quickly. She went from like, "Is it because I'm a woman?" I apologized, and I'm going to explain how to do that in a minute, because this will get you in trouble with people, but at the same time, it's being authentic. That is what I wanted to say in that instance. I said it. It ended off fine. I'm not dead. She's not pissed at me still. I talked to her on about Christmas and stuff earlier, and me and her message back and forth, like making jokes, and I'm literally like the biggest sweetheart to her. Like, I wheel her around everywhere just because like I literally love her as a human being. Like, I'm just a sick person. Me and her are great friends. It wasn't insulting. It was a little insulting, but it wasn't like there was no bad blood behind it. People knew. She honestly got like a little bit emotional from it, just because like that's a fucked up thing to say. But within the context, it was fine. All right, and it's part of being authentic. It's part of the say what you want, do what you want, act how you want mentality. There was another one that I did that I just started like randomly like blasting music. And we were all hanging out, we were all talking. It was me and my friends. We did like a big group sparring session. I'll tell you that story in a minute. My phone's about to fill up on battery, so I'm going to have to be quick. Or fill up on like storage. When we did our big sparring session, and I was tired, we were all like talking. And in the middle of us talking, I just started like blaring music. And it was like shit music that nobody else liked, but I liked it. And everyone was like, man, this music sucks. And I'm like, you're wrong. I like it. And we just sat there and listened to like shitty music for like 20 minutes. And some of the songs they liked, some they didn't. Like, that's not the point, obviously. But the point was, I did what I liked, and I had a more fun time. And the point is, you're trying to optimize for your fun with this. This is what people don't understand, is that they'll do these hangouts, and they'll invite people they don't want to talk to, hang out with people they don't want to hang out with, be with people that they don't like, that are, like, in conflict with each other. I'm a little bit worried, and I haven't tested this yet. This is part of the split test. There's two people who are going that don't like each other at all. And I'm like, they don't like each other, but they never like argue in public. They're probably not going to ruin a social event just because they don't like each other. Let's just see. They can taper off. I made sure they both had friends. Like, whatever. We'll see. Thinking about it now, probably shouldn't have invited two of those people. I may or may not uninvite them thinking about it. So, sorry for the people watching this who get uninvited because you're a dickhead. Anyways, it's just part of doing what you like. If you offend someone, if you upset them, if you genuinely like make them upset, if you say some heinous shit like, no, it's because you're disabled, act like a sweethearted retard. Act like you're the stupidest person on the planet. Act like you don't understand what's happening. And just be unbelievably sweet. With guys, you can be more mean. With guys, you can be like, you're disabled, and your friend can have, like, his one hand. And you can be like, what are you going to do? Hit me with the left hook? With girls, you have to be nicer. With her, you could be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Give her a hug. Like, oh, I didn't. It just came out. I don't know what happened. Like, I pressed B by accident. I meant to press Y. I picked the wrong dialogue. Like, my bad. I'm sorry. Give her a hug. Maybe rub her head a little bit. If you're, like, really close with her, you can, like, kiss her on the head or whatever. Like, this depends on the culture and ethnicity. Like, Spanish girls, for example, you can do this or, like, not usually Asian girls, but sometimes white bitches, they'll smack you. Black bitches, they'll punch you. Girls from Venezuela, just be a sweethearted retard. Just be nice, just be kind, whatever. Say you're sorry. If it genuinely upset them, have a conversation. Don't say that thing again, or be like nicer about it. I have a guy friend who I'll say the word faggot a lot, and he doesn't like because he's gay. And he doesn't like the word, and I stopped saying it for about 5 minutes because he asked me to, because it upset him. Again, sweetheart retard. Be like, I'm sorry. Like, it just came out. I'm sorry. And he'll be like, no, it's fine. I understand. Just don't do it again. And I'm like, people really don't care. Just be like, look, man, it's not bad intention. Like, it's fine. Like, he's one of my best friends. Like, we aren't losing our friendship because of it. He's going to the hangout. Me and him literally do, like, landscaping together. Like, we're fine. Obviously, I'm trying to fix it. I'm trying to say the word less. Like, being a human being. Like, not being an asshole. But, like, at the same time, if you do what you like, people will just respect that and go, that's just Brandon. That's just Jeremy. That's just Alyssa. Whatever your name is that's watching this. What are some things to bring? Bringing active equipment if you're going outside. Things like gloves, balls, weights, etc. Whatever. Frisbees. We did, like, we threw discs one time, like frisbee golf discs. We weren't doing frisbee golf, but we were just throwing them as far as we could. Volleyballs, footballs, stuff like that. Things that you can be, like, active with. Bringing water is super important. Maybe even if you're going to be outside for a long time, maybe even bringing, like, fruit for people so they have carbs in their system, getting like salt packets or like salt water just so people can like maintain their electrolytes. There was one hangout we did where we did a big group sparring session. It's on my channel, where we had fought each other 5 hours. We had done tons of rounds, and we had done sprints, and I had done extra rounds because I was going with my friend. I did the most rounds out of anybody. I'm the smallest. I can fight, I guess, the best because like I've done it before. Not like tooting my own horn, but I was like working hard. I was like being technical, like had my hands up and all this bullshit, and I was throwing, and we were like doing some hard rounds, some easy rounds, but it was long. It was like 5 hours of training all together with high intensity, mid intensity, low intensity, strength and conditioning. I was doing weighted muscle ups and pull ups and all these things, and it was just a fucking mess. I get home and I'm puking for like an hour straight over the toilet, throwing up. It's because I had no electrolytes. It's because I had chugged a ton of water when I got home because I didn't have enough when I was at the park. All of these things contributed to me feeling like shit. Try not to feel like shit. Get water, electrolytes, bring some shade if you can, bring a cuddle buddy, bring condoms, all of the essential... Oh, fuck. I'm going to have somebody watch this who's one of my friends, and they're going to think I'm bringing condoms to the park on Thursday. Oh my god. I'm not. I'm going to expect you to be on birth control. Anyways, this is genuinely like peak human existence. You will never experience more life than making jokes with a bunch of friends in a circle, in a group, in groups, going for walks and runs and physical events and hurting each other and laughing about it and like sweating and throwing up and all of these things. Maybe not the throwing up part, but this is genuinely like peak human existence. It is the most fun you can possibly have. So I really do hope that you found some level of value in this, just for me talking, just for me giving stories, just for me giving like advice to my younger self. If this has helped you, just wait a minute because I've recorded this for 37 minutes now and I'm just asking you to sit for like another minute or two. Take action on these things. Actually do them. Don't just be like the fucking loser who has all the information but doesn't do anything about it. Actually take action. Actually go message people right now, even if it's like 2 a.m. Be like, hey, weird time, couldn't sleep, was thinking about this, like I want to do a group hangout, you should come, do you want to come? Implement the strategies I gave before, whatever. I have my Hard Gainer University, which I will actually show you right now, I think. If I can pull it up, yeah. Where I essentially teach not young, but I teach skinny guys on how to bulk up, gain tons of muscle while being athletic, while being aesthetic, all of these things. I have a nice physique here. Let's see if the lighting suits me. Ugh. Hold on, wait. I'm a little bit jacked. I don't look too flattering in this lighting, but it'd be like this. I'm a coach, strong as shit. If you're interested in that, let me know. But otherwise, my name's been Brandon. Keep doing the best, doing your best. Trust God. Signing off.